All right, thank you all for tuning in to WJT LP 98.3 FM Chicago. Welcome to the show, Money Talks, where all we talk is money. I'm your host. My name is Jeff Badu. I'm a parallel entrepreneur and a wealth multiplier. I'm the founder and CEO of Badu Enterprises, LLC, which is a multinational conglomerate in the finance industry. So what we do is we provide a suite of financial services, including our marquee company, which is Badu Tax Services. And that's the firm that does tax preparation, planning, and representation for individuals and businesses across all 50 states in the U.S. And we also have clients in over 25 countries at the moment. Then we have Badu Investments, LLC, which is our real estate investment company. And that's where we invest in apartment buildings, mainly in areas such as the south side of Chicago, basically in efforts to restore traditionally underserved communities. Then we have Badu Life and Health Solutions, LLC, which provides life insurance products and solutions to individuals, families, and small businesses. And what we do is basically we help people find life insurance solutions. All right. And then we have our nonprofit, Badu Foundation, that provides financial literacy education to the youth ages 6 to 18, where we're teaching them on topics such as budgeting, saving, investing, and scholarships. My purpose in life is to inspire and support the super hungry to take hold of infinite resources in order to create an abundant lifestyle. And speaking of an abundant lifestyle, today we're talking about the 12 steps to creating an abundant lifestyle. You tuned in now to WGAT LP Chicago 98.3 FM. We're on the radio. You can also get us on WGHCradio.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and so you can always catch this information live. For Facebook and Instagram, this is recorded, so you can always rewatch it at any time on my page. If you're on Instagram, it's on my IGTV page. You can rewatch it at any time. On Facebook, you just go to my Facebook page. You can rewatch it, take some notes, ask questions, whatever it is you need to do to create that abundant lifestyle. Right, so just something to think about. So we'll be talking about the 12 steps to creating an abundant lifestyle. We'll start that at about 7:15 p.m. Central. As usual, we like to do a market report. So let's go right into the report. This report is as of August 27, 2021. So as of last Friday. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, if you don't mind, just commenting where you're listening from, and then also liking and then sharing this video. All right, so just in the comments, in the chat, just comment where you're listening from today, and then also just like and also share the video so you can get more people to listen, get this valuable information. It's always very, very helpful. All right, so let's do a fast-track market report, about 3 minutes or so. S&P 500 and the NASDAQ recorded multiple record highs last week. Each of the benchmark indexes essentially posted solid gains, led by the small caps of the Russell 2000, which climbed more than 5%, following the conclusion of the Federal Reserve's much-anticipated Jackson Hole symposium, Fed Chair Jerome Powell, reiterated that the message that tapering bond purchases would likely begin this year, while interest rates will remain in place for some time, which is good news to investors. The market sectors generally advanced. Energy climbed 7.4%. Financials also went up 3.5%. All right, let's talk about Monday, what happened. So we had on Monday, there was sentiment that was bolstered by the Federal and Drug Administration, FDA for short, approval of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. So congratulations to Pfizer for getting the FDA approval on the COVID-19 vaccine. NASDAQ closed at a record high after advancing 1.6%. Russell 2000 went up 1.9%. Global Dow went up 1.2%. S&P 500, which is composed of the top 500 companies or stocks in the U.S., went up 0.9%. So good gains there. Let's look at Tuesday. S&P 500 reached its 50th record high this year. 50th record high this year. Insane, right? While the NASDAQ, which is composed of technology stocks such as Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, finished above the 15,000 mark for the first time in its history. So we reached record highs. We're at our peaks in the stock market. People are like, oh, stocks are too expensive. Well, they're only getting more expensive as time goes on. So what does that mean for you? You need to get in the game. The same thing applies for real estate. Although prices are high, they're only going to get higher in the future. So you have better gotten in, or if you keep waiting, it just keeps getting higher. Now you have to buy in at a higher price. We all know it's going to go higher in the future anyway. So why are you banking on prices? Like, why do you care too much about prices nowadays? So just something to keep that in mind. All right, let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday, NASDAQ and S&P 500 also reached another record high. My goodness, I can't believe it. Russell 2000 led the market after gaining 0.5%. And then Global Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ, and the Dow. Great day on Wednesday. Last Thursday, S&P 500 ended a streak of 5 straight sessions of gains. There were concerns about the attacks in Afghanistan. You know, definitely praying for those that are in Afghanistan right now. That may have prompted the market sell-off. In addition, investors awaited the start of the Federal Reserve's Jackson Hole Symposium with the expectations that it might shed more light on the timeline for the Fed's tapering of the pandemic-related asset purchase program. Russell 2000 went down 1.1%. NASDAQ, S&P 500, Global Dow, they all went down. Let's look at last Friday. Remember, we're doing a fast-track market report today. We got 1 more minute to go, and then we'll get right into the topic. If you want to get a glass of water, whatever it is, you don't want to miss out on this information today. All right, so equities closed higher last Friday. S&P 500 and the NASDAQ both reached record highs. All right, so let's see. Dow Jones so far this year is up 15.84%. NASDAQ is up 17.39%. S&P 500, composed of the top 500 companies in the U.S., is up 20.06%. 20.06%. Massive gains in the S&P 500. I've never seen a year like this before, in a while, actually. You know, S&P 500 has been going up over the past few years, but not like this. Russell 2000 is up 15.35% so far this year. The Global Dow is up 16.29%. Interest rates are at a dead 0%. All right. And 10-year treasuries are 1.31%. What to look forward to this week? The July employment figures are out this week. Nearly 1 million new jobs were added in June, while the unemployment rate fell to 5.4%. July's figures are not expected to be as quite robust, but should be favorable nonetheless. All right, so you heard it right. If you're not in the stock market, if you're not invested in the market, I strongly recommend you get in the game somehow. Right, get in the game, even if it's $20, $100. Get started somewhere so that you can take your wealth building journey to the next level. All right, so today I do want to thank you all for tuning in to WJT LP 98.3 FM Chicago. And today we're talking about the 12 steps to creating an abundant lifestyle. Not a scarcity, but an abundant lifestyle. Want to shout out to everyone that's tuning in on the radio right now, 98.3 FM Chicago. You can always go to our website, WGHCradio.org, WGHCradio.org, and you can catch this live. And then we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. If you don't mind, just let us know where you're listening from. Shout out to Michael Amponsa. He said he's listening from Chicago, from Facebook. All right, let us know where you're listening from in the chat. And then also, if you don't mind liking and then sharing the video, it's always greatly appreciated. That way you can basically extract this information to your family, to your friends. It's all free education, free information. Take it or leave it. Do whatever you want with it. We're just here to educate you and enhance your ability to create an abundant lifestyle. All right. So with that being said, let's have a real conversation right now about the 12 steps to creating an abundant lifestyle. Not a scarcity, but an abundant lifestyle. Let me just give you a little bit of history. Me personally, I am a parallel entrepreneur, and I'm also a wealth multiplier. I'm the founder and CEO of Badu Enterprises, LLC, which is a multinational conglomerate in the finance industry. My purpose in life is to inspire and support the super hungry to take hold of infinite resources in order to create an abundant lifestyle, right? An abundant lifestyle. So for those that don't know my story, I was born and raised in Ghana, and I came to the United States when I was 8 years old. It wasn't as peaches and cream as I thought it would be in the U.S. Went through some challenging times, had some friends that were, just weren't as like-minded as I would think. And so I was able to turn things around. When I was 16, I took a trip back to Ghana, and that allowed me to see my purpose. That allowed me to, not take life for granted anymore, because what happened was I was taking life for granted. And so I stopped doing that at the age of 16 when I took the trip back to Ghana, when I was seeing people actually going through, struggle, right? I was literally watching my own two eyes, people going through struggle, and I wanted to be the solution to the struggle, not the problem itself. So that's why I decided to equip myself with financial education so I can teach others so that they can create an abundant lifestyle. All right, so that's a bit on the backstory. By the way, what you're listening to today is actually in the form of a book. It's called Infinite Expansion, How to Infinitely Expand Your Vision of Abundance. Once again, that's Infinite Expansion, How to Infinitely Expand Your Vision of Abundance. You can go to Amazon right now. You can get the book. It's very, very inexpensive, and it teaches you more about the 12 steps to creating an abundant lifestyle. So today I'm going to give you a summary of the book, basically. Just give you a breakdown of the book and just talk about the 12 steps on how you can create an abundant lifestyle. So here we go. Step 1, you must become aware that infinite resources do in fact exist on the planet. Infinite resources do in fact exist on this God-given planet that we're on right now. And that we have access. Right now, you're probably listening. If you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you have a smartphone. You have one of the most dangerous things at your fingertips. Literally, right? You have a smartphone where you can go on Google right now. You can go on YouTube, even Facebook, and look at the right resources, right? Look in the right places and get the right information. If you want to build your own medical practice, your own law practice, your own accounting practice, you want to learn how to start a logistics business, there's so much information out there. And the nice thing I've learned about Google and YouTube is they only put the good stuff first. So if you go and search how to start a logistics company right now, it's only going to be the good stuff that pops up. And I would say the first three things that pop up, the first 3 searches, you should probably check them out. Now, some of these things you might eventually have to pay for, but at least you're getting in the door to get the valuable information that you need in order to make an informed decision and in order to help you create that abundant lifestyle that you truly quite desire, and quite frankly, you also quite deserve as well, right? According to the good book that I read called the Bible. I read half of the Bible when I was 16 years old, and it taught me a lot of things, especially about abundance, right? So first step in order to create an abundant lifestyle is to understand that infinite resources do in fact exist. Your smartphone, the people around you, government programs. There's so many resources that exist. You're listening to free information right now, right? And hopefully you're looking in the right places for credible information. But at the end of the day, you have to really understand that infinite resources do in fact exist. So that's the first step. Step 2 is to enter a no excuse zone. From this day moving forward, you would never, ever, ever make an excuse about time, nor will you make an excuse about money. Once again, you will never, ever, ever, ever again in your life make an excuse about time or money. Why? Because so far, everything I've talked about doesn't really cost you any money. Google doesn't cost you any money. YouTube doesn't cost you any money. What you're listening to right now does not cost you a single penny. Going to the website jeffbadu.com does not cost you money. There's a lot of free resources on there. Now there is a paid section, right? There's a paid section, but I'm talking about the stuff you can get for free. There's a lot of resources. And then what about time? The average person watches 3 hours of television every single day. Why not dedicate even just 1 hour of that time to expand your knowledge, your mind about a craft, something that you can master, you can perfect? So when it comes to abundance, you have to understand that you can't really make excuses when it comes to time, nor when it comes to money. When I was basically building my business, and I'm still building the businesses to this day, I didn't really watch TV for a whole year, pretty much. I made that sacrifice. Hey, I mean, you don't have to do that, but that's something I felt I needed to do to get to the next level. People are like, man, you're so young, right? You're only 29 years old. You quote unquote made it when you were 25, 26 years old. And I'm like, it's because I spent a lot of time. When I was in college, I worked on my business plan for 1 hour every single day. That's 365 hours in a year, right? 365 hours in a year plus. I was spending more time on certain days. So understand that to make it to the next level, to create this abundant lifestyle that you want, you have to go out and put in the work. You have to put in the time and the energy. So you can't make an excuse about you don't have time. What do you have time to do? If you don't have time for your dreams and your goals, what in the world do you have time to do? Right? What in the world do you have time to do? So enter a no excuse zone. Don't make any excuses ever again on this God-given planet. Step 3, know that infinite resources are available to you. And this is the part where it gets a bit interesting. In that it doesn't matter the color of your skin, your sex, your nationality, your gender. Google does not discriminate. Whether you're male or female, Google won't tell you, hey, just because you're male, you can't go to this site. Right? There's no such thing. Google does not discriminate. Now, certain resources might become available to you later, and they might already be available to some people now. However, understand that infinite resources, the resources you need to get to the next level, are available to you. You just have to go out and find it. Look in the right places. Stop watching those cat videos and those crate videos all day. Take one of those hours from watching crate videos and use that to basically perfect the craft on something you really want to do. Maybe it's real estate. Maybe it's starting an insurance business. Whatever it is, spend the time that you need and the energy that you need in order to do whatever it is you need to do. And that's what I have to do, and I'm still consistently doing it. This past Friday, I spent 3 hours educating myself when it comes to taxes, insurance, real estate, right? I was just soaked in education, right? Just soaked in education. Because that's that hunger. That's that super hunger. And knowing that there is no excuses in time about life. Whether it's money, whether it's time, there's no excuses. Whether you got kids, don't matter how many kids you got. You got a smartphone, put it in your hand, baby in the other hand. Hey, do whatever you got to do. Do whatever you have to do to get to the next level. Do whatever you have to do to hit your goals, hit your targets. Whatever it takes, no matter what. Now, the fourth step is you create your vision. Create the vision. What you truly want. Not what your kids want. Not what your spouse want. Not what your parents want. What is it you want? What is it on this planet that you want? This is where you close your eyes for maybe 3 to 5 minutes and you picture 3 to 5 things you want in life. Maybe it's just this year. By the end of 2020, or 21, I want to achieve X. Right? By 2021, I want to achieve Y. So you're basically putting in your mind 3 to 5 things that you would like to achieve. Just 3 to 5. No need to make a long list or anything. Just 3 to 5 things. Remember, let's go step by step. And then as you're thinking about these things, you're actually writing them down on paper. Right? You're putting your vision on paper, because if it's not written down, it does not exist. If it's just here, it stays here. Right? It doesn't exist, basically. So that's the fourth step. You create a vision. Step 5 is you identify the resources you need to attain your vision. You basically say, okay, well, I want these 3 to 5 things. I want to own my first rental property. I want to become a full-time entrepreneur. I want to start an Amazon drop shipping business. I want to learn how to make videos and make them specific too, by the way. I want to learn how to make $100,000 this year making YouTube videos. Whatever it is. Now you just find the resources. Where in the world would be a good place to go to learn how to make money on YouTube? Well, you guessed it, YouTube. There's a lot of free videos, literally a ton of free videos that show you and teach you how to make money on YouTube. You watch the videos, right? So let me actually not skip a step. In step 5, all you're doing is you're just writing down the resources. You can say YouTube. You can say Google. You can say mentor. You can say so-and-so. You can put specific names down. You can put whatever. Maybe a training program that you're aware of. Maybe an opportunity that has been presented to you that you turned down. Whatever it is, you're just writing down resources. So for each of your vision board items, you're just jotting down resources to get to that vision. Step 6 is dedicate time. Right? Dedicate time to absorb the appropriate content, whatever it takes. Time, not for Crate Challenge videos. Right? Not for cat videos. But we're talking about you dedicating time, concentrated time, where you're sitting down and you're listening or you're reading the information that you need in order to help you attain your vision. This is serious, folks, right? In that this is where you're spending time. So you said, okay, I want to watch YouTube videos. Now you're blocking off an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is, in your calendar. You're sending yourself a calendar invite and saying between 6 and 7 p.m. Central, I am going to listen to this YouTube video. Here's a link to what I'm going to listen to, and I'm going to spend time doing it. You're probably wondering, what if the kids start crying? Let them cry. Right? Or find something to stop them from crying. Maybe you sacrifice 5 minutes. Lay them down somewhere. Or if they're older kids, let them know that you have a goal that you need to achieve. And if you don't hit this goal, we won't eat dinner, tomorrow or today. Whatever it is, right? That way they know the seriousness of what it is you're looking to do. And I understand it can be a challenge when you have kids. I have team members. I have family that has kids, and they tell me about the journey all the time, right? So understand it is possible. It's very, very well possible to do these things, even if you have kids. So basically, you dedicate time. You're sending yourself calendar invites, whether it's weekly, daily, monthly, whatever it is, to do the things that you said you would go out to do. The resources you said you needed and you found, are you actually spending time to do it? If you're not, that's a problem. Like, how are you going to achieve your goals and your vision and your dreams if you're not even dedicating time to listening to information that's going to help you get there? It doesn't make any sense. All right, so that's step number 6. Step number 7 is prioritize taking detailed notes. If you're listening to this right now, you're not taking notes, you're making a big mistake off the bat. This is a test, by the way. If you're listening right now to this radio show and you're not taking some form of notes, big mistake. Unless you've already heard this presentation before, or unless you've already read the book. And even then, you might want to take notes to reinforce some of the concepts. Sometimes you have to repurpose your learning. You never know what you can learn. I can listen to the same information 10 times and have a different perspective, or have a more evolved or more richer perspective on that information, because now I understand it more. Repetition leads to success, right? Repetition leads to mastery. You only master something when you repeat it over and over and over and over again. You don't become great at something if you're not repeating the process. Michael Jordan didn't become the greatest basketball player of all time just by shooting one jump shot, and that was it. He shot thousands, tens of thousands of jump shots. Can you imagine how many jump shots Michael Jordan took in his career? An insane amount. Right? Constant repetition is what leads to perfection. So that's what you have to do, is you have to take notes. When you're watching that YouTube video, be sure to take notes. It could be 3 to 5 bullet points of the things that you've learned during the video or the article, whatever it is that you listen to. So always understand that you have to prioritize taking detailed notes. It can be bullet points. It can be whatever. It can be on a notepad. It can be on a Word document, your notes app, whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. And that's why it's dedicate time to absorb the appropriate content, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. So whether you're listening to an audiobook, whether you're reading a book, whether you're reading an article, talking to a mentor, in a class, taking a course, the Infinite Wealth course. Shout out to the Infinite Wealth course. You can catch that on my website, jeffbadu.com. You can type in a code abundance for a chance to receive 15% off the course just by listening today. The website is jeffbadu.com, and it's called the Infinite Wealth course. And you can get 15% off by typing in the code abundance. All right, so we've talked about all those steps. Let's see where we're at. We're on step 8. So step 8 is now where you expand your vision through digging as deep as you possibly can. You essentially close your eyes. Instead of 3 to 5 minutes, now it's 7 to 10 minutes. And you're expanding your vision. You said you wanted a rental property. Well, can you do 2 this year? Is it possible? Anything's possible. Or you said you wanted 10 units. Can you do 20? You said you wanted 1 medical practice. Can you do 2? Now you're negotiating with yourself, basically. And what you come to find out is there's no limit to the things you can do. You're just expanding the vision, right? You're just going deep. Yeah, you might have your initial goals, but maybe set a stretch goal, something that can push you to go into the next level. The only way we get to the next level is if we're pushed to the next level. So just keep that in mind. You're just sitting down. You're thinking deeply for 7 to 10 minutes. Dig as deep as you possibly can. And basically think, is this enough? Right? Can I do more? All right. And then you go ahead and set your vision board. Right? You set your vision board, basically. And with this, everything that you've thought about, you're putting it down on paper in the form of a magazine, in the form of a news article, or in whatever it is, right? Pictures from Google, a picture you took of a building that you saw and you're really interested in real estate, you know, a nice young lady that you want to marry, you know. That was part of my 2020 vision, and I got married in 2020. So dreams do come true. Visions do come true. All right. So you set the vision board. This is when you just formalize it. And you want to look at your vision board each and every day. Then once you have your vision board, keep expanding it. Think, is this enough? Can I do more? Expand your vision. Keep expanding it. Keep expanding it. There's no end to this stuff. Just keep expanding your vision. And as you're writing things down on paper, you're actually doing. You're repeating the process. Find the resources, dedicate the time, take notes, basically rinse and repeat. That's all it is. And then you take actionable steps towards the attainment of your vision. You take action. Everything the YouTube video said. If this video says, hey, go out and look at 10 properties over the next 7 days, go out and look at 10 properties over the next 7 days. And do some analysis on that. Whatever the video tells you, whatever the article tells you, whatever the book tells you, go out there and do it. Take action. Dedicate time to take some action on all the things that you listened to or you heard about. Last but not least, always monitor your present reality to infinitely expand your vision of abundance. Once again, always monitor your present reality to always or to infinitely expand your vision of abundance. Meaning that no matter where you are, let's say you're working a W-2 job and you want to become a business owner, don't allow that to determine your future. Allow that to be an opportunity to use what you have, maybe the money you've gotten from your W-2, to jumpstart your business plan. to be the seed capital you need for your business. So basically, this is the humbling effect, where you're staying humble in the process, you're trusting the process, and you're saying that everything it is that I have now, I'm not going to let it, I'm going to use it as a fuel to get to the next level, not as a deterrent or something that holds me back from getting to the next level. So always monitor your present reality to infinitely expand your vision of abundance. So let's go through the steps one more time. You first become aware that infinite resources exist. Then you enter a no excuse zone. Then you need to know that infinite resources are available to you. Yes, you listening right now. Then you create your vision, what you truly want, not what anybody else wants. What is it you truly want? Then you identify the resources you need in order to attain that vision. Then you dedicate time to absorb the appropriate content, whatever it takes. Then you prioritize taking detailed notes. All right? Then you expand your vision through digging as deep as you possibly can. Deep as you possibly can. Then you set the vision board. Then you expand. Think, is this enough? Can I do more? You can always do more, be more, give more, have more, become more. You can always get more. Trust me. You just have to let your mind see it. Then you take actionable steps towards the attainment of your vision. Then, last but not least, you always monitor your present reality to infinitely expand your vision of abundance. My challenge to you today is to go out and create an abundant lifestyle. Use these steps. Use these steps to go out and create an abundant lifestyle. And if you need to, basically check out the book on Amazon. It's called Infinite Expansion: How to Infinitely Expand Your Vision of Abundance. Right? It's on Amazon right now. You can get the ebook or the physical book. I challenge you to really, really get that book, take it seriously, and learn something from it. Perfect your craft. Do something with it. So that's my challenge for you today. If you need anything, any help, any guidance, whatever it is from me personally, just let me know. My website is jeffbadu.com. Once again, that's jeffbadu.com, jeffbadu.com. You can reach me at any time. There's a contact us section on that website. You can call me at 773-819-5675. Once again, 773-819-5675. You can shoot me an email at jeffbadu@gmail.com. Yes, I am the one that responds to those emails. So I'm more than happy to answer any questions. I'm more than happy to guide you in any way possible that you are looking for guidance in. You know, I'm always more than happy to help. I'm always willing to serve as a resource, as someone who is basically willing to guide you in the process. You know, so if you ever need anything from me personally, just let me know. Just let me know. I'm always more than happy to help. And I'm always willing to provide you with the guidance and the resources that you need. All right. So with that being said, I do want to thank you for tuning in. This is WJC LP 98.3 FM Chicago. If you need anything, just let me know. You know, and happy in advance Labor Day weekend. I won't be here Labor Day. Labor Day is a very historic holiday for me personally. That was the day where 5 years ago, basically, I was on my way to a barbecue and then I got called in to work at PwC. I got really, really fed up. I turned in my 2-week notice the next day and I said, I will never, ever, ever work for someone else again in my life. So I started my business, and ever since then, I have not worked on Labor Day. All right, so just something to keep in mind. You know, I won't be here next Monday, but I will be here the following Monday. So if you need anything from me, let me know. Thank you, Mike. I'm Pon South for listening. Hopefully you gained some information, or hopefully you've gained some value from the information that you listened to. So with that being said, you just listened to my show, Money Talks, where all we talk is money on WJC LP 98.3 FM Chicago. Our website is WJCradio.org. We are a 501c3 not-for-profit organization. You can always donate. You can join our email list on that site. With that, my name is Jeff Badu, and I look forward to continuously and consistently delivering you all some content. Check out the website, jeffbadu.com, jeffbadu.com. You will get a ton on that website. Check it out. A lot of free resources on that site. And with that, I hope you have an abundant and prosperous rest of the evening. Thank you all.